Hello, Edwin.
Hello,
Hello, how are you?
fine, thanks. And you?
Yeah, it's all good. Thanks for asking. How was your day? How was your
Today,
day? Yeah, today, how was your day?
yes, today I visit to mechanic.
To the mechanic.
Yes,
Okay. And why is that? You needed to take your car.
yes.
All right. It's good then. Hello, Arabella. How are you? How's it going?
Hello, fine, thank you. And
Okay.
you?
Yeah, it's all
What
good.
happened?
Thanks for asking.
Okay.
It's all good. Okay. Reina. Hello, Reina. How's it going?
Hi, teacher.
How are you?
Thanks.
Sorry? Okay. Hello, Tatiana. How's it
Hello.
going?
So.
Why so so?
And this moment, writing.
It's raining.
Yes.
Yeah, it's raining.
What is the pronunciation? Writing or raining?
Raining. Yes.
Raining. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Riding is like riding a bike.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Then
Thank
yeah, yeah, it's raining. Yeah, it is.
you. Okay. Thank you.
It's been raining. There you go. Okay. So yeah, let us get started. Okay. I'm just meeting people that are joining. Hello, Ingrid. Good evening. How are you?
Very good. And you?
It's all good. Thanks for asking. Okay. Hello, Edis. How's it going?
Hi. Mm, I'm good. Yeah, yeah. Everything is good.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm just admitting everyone that's joining. It takes some time, but let us get started in the meantime.
Hello, good evening, teacher.
Good evening, Danielle. How's it going? How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right,
What
that's
about
good
you?
to know. It's all good. Thanks for asking. I can listen that's raining there where you live. Okay, so welcome all of you. Let us try to get started with the class and let's try to have some practice too. Uh, Today we'll be looking at what is the second topic, right? As we were saying last class, we will be studying the most important topics or the most difficult topics or address the grammar topics so that when you have doubts or questions, we can clarify them here. And yesterday we took a look at adverbs of frequency or frequency adverbs and the use of how often. Today we will be studying information questions. Okay, you know that we have different types of questions. We have yes or no questions. Those types of questions like, do you like coffee? Do you like to play soccer? Yes, I do. No, I don't. They are yes or no questions, but we also have information questions. And those ones ask you for information, right? You need to provide more than that. So that would be today's topic, information questions. And for that, we make use of what we call WH words. Okay, let us see. Edwin, do you know why we call them WH words?
Yes.
Why?
What?
Mhm.
What? When? Where? Who? How often?
Okay, those are, we also have how many. We call them WH words, okay, because they start with WH. What, when, where, who, how often, how many. They start with WH. That's why we call them WH words. You have some like what, when, where, who, how often, how many, and we have more. So this is today's topic. Hello, Jose.
Hello, good night.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Okay, it's good to know. Good evening,
What?
Andrea. How are you? Hello, Andrea. Okay, let us see. We will go over each of the WH words. As you see, we have what, we have when, where, who, how often, how many, and how we use them or when we use them to ask information questions. Let us see. Lydia, hello.
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How did you doing?
Yeah, it's all good. Thanks for asking. So can you please help me read when we use what?
What we said what to ask about things.
Okay, we use what to ask about things. Okay, that's the first WH word. Let's look at some examples. Let us see. Daniel, help me please with the first example.
Okay. What do you need? I need a suit.
Okay, a suit. That's how you call it. I need a suit. Okay, what do you need? I need a suit. You see, that is an information question. Okay, we don't answer this question saying yes or no. You need to give information. What do you need? I need a suit. Okay, tell me, Daniel, what is something that you need right now or maybe in the future? What do you need?
I
For
need
you,
a pant.
you need a pair of pants.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something that you need. So good. Let us go with one more example. Okay, let's see. Tatiana, can you help me with this one?
What does his sister do? She's a
Okay,
teacher.
what does his sister do? She's a teacher. So you see, you ask with what to ask about things. What does his sister do? She's a teacher. There you go. Let's see, Reina. Do you have brothers or sisters? Hello, Reina.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. So tell me, Do you have brothers or sisters?
Three.
Sorry?
Three.
3. Yeah,
Three.
like sisters or brothers?
Sister.
Oh, 3 sisters. Okay. So
Three
tell me,
sisters.
what does your sister do? Is she a teacher? Is she a doctor? What does she do? Is she a student? Is
She is student. She
Mhm.
is a student. Marketing.
in marketing?
Marketing.
Okay, good, pretty good then. Good for her. To see what to ask about things. That's the first WH word. We have a different WH word. Word. Let's see. Arabella, can you please help me with word?
Where are you from?
Okay, where are you from? That's one example. Yes, exactly. So can you help me read the information we use? In this case, it should be word. Let me fix this. We use word.
We use.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Okay, we use
There it is.
word to ask about place.
Okay, we use
we
word.
use where the church. We use
word to ask about places.
okay. We use where to ask about places.
There you are. For example,
Where do you live?
where do you live? That's one question. That's one information question that you asking for information. Where do you live? I live in Lima. Okay. In your case, Arabella, where do you live?
I live in Santa Tecla City.
Okay, that's good. Pretty good. So that's information question. Let's look at another example. It is. Hello, can you help me read the other example?
Okay. Where? We use word to ask about places. Where does she work? Okay, maybe the answer. Oh, she works at Movistar.
Okay, she works at Movistar. There you go. You see, you will use it to ask for information. Where does she work? You can look at the difference, right? Do for subjects I, you, we, and they. We use do, auxiliary do. We have the information question, word, auxiliary do, and the complement. What happens when you have she? She, he, or it, the pronouns. You use does. Where does she work? So you ask about places. Okay, the place you work, the church, the park, the city you live in. Okay, asking about places. That's how we use word. Let's go with, we have another WH word. Jose, help me please with when.
Okay, when. We use when to ask about time.
Okay, for example,
For example, when do you visit your son?
when do you visit your son? And
I
the
visit
answer,
my son. I visit my son in June.
I visit my son in June. Exactly. When? you ask about time. When do you visit your son? And the answer is also related to time. In June, time, okay? Today, tomorrow, in 1 month, a year, you talk about time.
Okay.
Okay, in your case, Jose, when do you visit, for example, your parents?
I visit my parents on every weekend.
Every weekend, okay? Exactly, you see, we ask about time. When do you visit your parents? Okay, when do you visit your son? Let's look at another example. Gabriel, hello.
Hi,
How are you?
fine, thank you. And you,
Okay.
how are you?
It's all good. Thanks for asking. Help me please with this example.
When do you work? I work in the morning.
Okay. In your case, when do you work? Do you work in the morning or in the night?
I work every day,
Okay. All the day,
all the day.
in the morning and in the afternoon.
That's right.
Okay. But do you have days off? Like free days?
The weekend?
The weekend. Okay. That's good. You see, we use when to ask about time. When do you work? In the morning. Every day. When do you visit your parents? I visit them every weekend. You ask about time. We have another question word, which is who. Edwin, help me please with who.
Sure.
Okay,
Who? We use who to ask about people.
there you go. We use who to ask about people. Okay, can you help me with this one?
Yes. Who do you live with?
Who do you live with? And the answer is,
I live with my family.
okay, in your case, who do you live with?
In my case, I live with my wife and my dog.
Your dog.
Yes.
Okay, do you have a pet? You have a pet.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
What's your dog's name?
His name is Zeus.
Okay, good name for a dog. There you
He's
go.
a pit bull.
Okay, so yeah, you chose a good name. I'm a little scary of pit bulls. They say they are dangerous, but they're
He's
beautiful pets.
He's lovely.
Okay, I imagine he's lovely. I know he is. Okay, let's see. Ingrid, help me please with the next one.
Who likes pop music?
Who likes pop music? Okay,
Roberto does.
you see here, when you
Yes.
ask like, in your case, Ingrid, do you like pop?
Yes, but
Okay,
in English is
English.
very good.
Yes.
Yes.
What is your favorite type of music?
Pop or reggaeton.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's pretty good then. All right, you notice here again, the pronoun here is you. So we use the auxiliary do. Who do you live with? Okay, in this case, we use the subject is who. It is third person. It is singular. So we add s to the verb. When we use who as a subject, we add s. Who likes pop music? And Roberto, that is he. He likes, okay? He does. You can have short answers. Who likes pop music? I do. You do. He does. She does. It does. We do. They do. This is for the present simple. Let us take a look at some examples of who, just to make sure something's clear. Let us see Andrea. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine. And you?
It's all good. Thank you. Can you help me read the examples?
My mother visit my aunt.
Okay. We have my mother is,
Subject.
and my aunt.
Object.
There you go. So we can ask the questions, right? Who visits your aunt? And who does your mother visit? Okay.
Who visit my mother does?
And
My mother visit my aunt.
exactly. We can have with who, in some of the cases, who can be the subject of the sentence. Who visits your aunt? Who is the subject? Okay. In the other
Okay.
question, who does your mother visit? The object is who. So we have different questions here. So when who is the object, we use the auxiliary. Okay. Who does your mother visit? When who is the subject, we don't use the auxiliary. Who visits your aunt? That's the difference we have to make. Let's look at some other examples here. It says here, write two questions with who. One about the subject and one about the object. That's what we're looking. Sometimes who is the subject, some other times who is the object. Okay, let's see. Let's have Daniel. Help me please with this example.
Yes.
Help me read the example.
Nathanael loves Beethoven.
Okay, so Nathanael is
Subject.
the subject and Beethoven is the
Object.
object. You see, that's okay. So we make a question, an information question related to the subject. Who loves Beethoven? Tell me, Daniel, who loves Beethoven? Hello, Daniel? So tell me, who loves Beethoven?
Nathanael.
There you are, right? And who does Nathanael love? What's the difference in the questions? Okay, let's see. Let's have Edwin. Who does Nathanael love?
Nathanael loves Beethoven.
There you go, right? Who loves Beethoven? Nathanael. Who does Nathanael love? Beethoven. You see, we have different types of questions for the subject and for the object. Let's just look at one last example using who. Let's see. Lydia, help me please with this one.
Elliot works for Mr. Kim.
Okay, Elliot is the subject and Mr. Kim.
Object.
There you go. So who works for Mr. Kim?
Elliot,
And who does Elliot work for?
Mr. King,
There you are. Okay. Elliot works for Mr. Kim. Who works for Mr. Kim? Elliot. Who does Mr. Kim? Who does Elliot work for? For Mr. Kim. So you see, that's the thing. In this first sentence, who works for Mr. Kim? The subject is who. When the subject of the sentence is who, we don't use the auxiliary. In this one, the subject is Elliot. And who is the object? So we use the auxiliary. Who does Elliot work for? Okay, we also have how often. This one we looked at it yesterday, but it is also a WH word that asks about the frequency. Let us just go over a review. Okay, let's see. Arabella, help me please with how often. We use how often.
We use who often to ask about frequency.
To ask about frequency. There you go. Okay, for example.
How often do you visit your dad?
Okay, how often do you visit your dad?
I visit my dad twice a week.
Exactly, right? You ask about the frequency of an action. How often? Okay, I visit my dad twice a week. I visit my dad once a month, every day, always. I seldom visit my dad. I always visit my dad. Sometimes you can use frequency adverbs. Let's go with another one. Let's see. Jose, help me please with this one.
Okay. How often does she call her son?
How often does she call her son? There you are. And the answer is?
She calls her son every weekend.
She calls her son every weekend. Exactly. Again, you see the difference, right? With the subjects you, we, they, and I, we use do. With subjects she, he, it, we use does.
Does.
Exactly. We have another question word that's how many. Let's see, Gabriel, help me please with how many. We use how many.
We use how many to ask about quantity.
To ask about quantity. For example,
how many brothers do you have?
Okay. In your case, Gabriel, how many brothers do you have?
I have 2 brothers.
Really?
Exactly.
Like
Yes.
like in the slide.
Like example.
Okay, you have 2 brothers. That's good. What about the other, Gabriel?
How many grandchildren does he have?
Okay, how many grandchildren does he have? The answer is he has?
He has 4 grandchildren. I don't have grandchildren.
You don't have grandchildren. Yeah, I
No.
imagine that. Yeah, you're not too old.
Yes, right.
Okay, but maybe someday you will have grandchildren.
Yes.
All right. So this is the form, right? This is how we make WH questions. Let us see. Andrea, help me please with the form.
Okay. To form who, question use who, word, and do or does or subject, the base form verb.
Okay. That's the form, right? We have, this is the form we follow for WH word, questions, information questions. Okay. A WH word, what, who, where, why, when, how often, how many. The auxiliary do or does, depending on the subject. If it is I, you, we, they, or if it's he, she, it. Then you have the subject and the base form. Okay, let's look at some examples. Okay, let's see. Ingrid, help me please read some examples of the form.
Okay. What do you like?
Exactly. What do you like? You see, we follow the structure. The WH word is what?
What?
Auxiliary,
Do.
do. The
Do.
subject
You.
and the base form of the verb.
Like.
Exactly. We have some other examples. Let's see. Edwin, help me please with the other example.
Okay. How often does she visit her family?
Okay. How often does she visit her family? You see, we follow the same structure. WH word, how often? Auxiliary, does. Why does? Why do we use does, Edwin?
For is the subject is she.
It's she, exactly. How often does she visit her family? Let's remember, right? This is what I've been telling you. The use of do or does in information questions. So let's see. Arabella, for the pronouns I, you, we, and they, we use the auxiliary. Hello, Arabella?
Ahí estaba en mute.
Okay.
Okay. What do I need or what do you need? What do we need?
And what do they need? Exactly.
Do they need?
So for those subjects, I, you, we, they, for those pronouns, we use the auxiliary do.
Okay.
But what happens, Arabella, with the use of he, and it? We use the auxiliary
Does he, she work?
Exactly. How often does he, she, or it work? Okay, let's try to remember. We will try to remember the WH word that we use for each of the categories, for frequency, for things, for places, for quantity, for time, and for people. Let's try to check the learning here. Lydia, what is the WH word we use for frequency? Hello, Lydia? Okay, let's see then. Tatiana.
Hello.
Hello. So which word, which WH word do we use for frequency?
Frequency is how often?
There you are. How often? Good job. That's the one we use for frequency. Let us see. Gabriel, what about things? Which is the WH word we use for things? Okay, maybe. Let's see. Daniel, what about things?
Yes. Is what?
It's what? There you are. Good job. Edwin, what about places?
For places is where.
Where? You ask about places. Exactly. Good job. It is. What about quantity, which is the WH word we use for quantity? Hello, Iris.
Hello.
Okay.
Quantity. Many. How many?
How many? Good job. How many brothers do you have? How many sisters do you have? You ask for quantity, for a number. Okay, let's see. Andrea, what about time?
Hello.
Hello.
1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Okay, that's time. But what WH word we use to ask about time?
4 times, 3 times, 5 times.
Okay, those are, yeah, some examples. But as you can see, for quantity, we use how many? For place,
When.
word. There you go, when. For time, you use when. When are you going? When do you work? Good job. Let's see the last one. Let's see. Arabella, what about people?
What about people?
Yes.
Um,
Which WH word do we use to ask about people?
who are these? Who are the people?
Yeah, who. We use who. Just like that, right? Who. There you are. Okay. Those are WH words. WH questions. Information questions. Let's try to put this into practice a little bit. Okay. Okay. We will try to put this into practice. You know, we have the platform. Here you can practice and work the exercises. The topic we're studying is WH questions 1.4. Okay. You can do it on your own, slow, to your rhythm, but you can practice also in class. And we will try to practice today. So you go to 1.4, you have WH questions, okay? You can watch the video from this lady. She's explaining the use of WH questions. Tell me, Jose, you raise your hand.
In this video, the sound is bad, very echo
With
in
echo.
the sound.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, I will let them know, okay? Voy a informarles al respecto, a quien se encarga de gestionar toda la plataforma. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you for letting me know. De igual forma, cada vez que tengan alguna sugerencia o un problema con la plataforma o alguna duda, pueden escribirle a Gabriela, es quien se conectó a la clase pasada. Les voy a enviar el número luego para que pueda contactarse con ella personalmente. Okay, so this is the information we were studying. WH questions to ask a specific information. We have the words, what, who, where, how often, when, what time. We use what time to ask for specific hours. What time? Okay. Specific hour. Let's try to put this into practice. Okay, we have a test, 2 questions. Let's try to practice this. It says, let's practice. Instructions. Write the correct WH question word in every question. You already have the question and you have the answer to question and answer. You only need to choose the WH word. Let's try to practice with the first one. Gabriel, help me please with the first one. It says, what time, how often, or when do you eat fast food? And the answer says, I eat fast food twice a week.
How often?
There you are. How often do you eat fast food? I eat fast food twice a week, okay, 2 times in the week. Good job, Gabriel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Edwin, what about this one? Okay, do you eat pupusas? I eat pupusas on Sunday. So, what time, how often, or when?
When do you eat pupusas?
There you are. When do you eat pupusas? You ask about time. In your case, Edwin, when do you eat pupusas?
I eat pupusas in Saturday.
On Saturday. Yeah,
Yes.
good. There you go. What's your favorite type of pupusas?
Revueltas.
All right, that's good. Yeah, they are delicious. Okay. Let us see, Arabella, what about the next one? Okay, do you have lunch? I have lunch at 3 p.m.
I when
When, or it could be also
when
what time, right? Because you're asking for a specific time. You tell 3 p.m. Then you can use what time. What time do you have lunch? I have lunch at 3 p.m. Then you submit the answer. You continue. The same practice here. Okay, let's see. Lydia, what about number 4? Okay, we have,
How often?
okay, we heard the options here. Who, what, or where? Mhm.
What?
Okay, what? What do you buy your vegetables? I buy my vegetables from a grocery store in my neighborhood. Okay, is it what, who, or where?
Where?
Okay, who says that, Daniel or who? I guess Daniel.
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Where?
it's where, right? You ask about place. Where do you buy your vegetables? I buy my vegetables from a grocery store in my neighborhood. You're explaining the place. Good job. Let us see. Ingrid, what about number 5?
What food do you like to eat?
What food do you like to eat? I like to eat fruits and vegetables. Good job. Do you like to eat fruits, Ingrid?
Yes, I like
All
eat
right.
apples.
Apples, yes, they're good too. Okay, and the last one, Andrea.
Hello. Who
Hello?
does your sister have dinner with?
Okay, who does your sister have dinner with? Exactly. She has dinner with her husband. All right, again, we submit the answer. You have here the progress, and then we continue. Okay, some more practice. In this case, we have a reading, okay? It says, let's practice. Read the text, complete the questions, and select the correct answer. So let us try to take some turns reading. Let's see. Tatiana, can you please help me read the first paragraph?
Okay.
All right.
Hi, my name is Emma. I usually go to school because I don't live very far. Class start at 8:30. I like math book. I'm also good at science. What is the pronunciation? Science.
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 Science, yes. Science.
Science. And English. I have two breaks at 11 and at 1 o'clock. I eat a sandwich and drink orange juice. I also played with my classmates in the playground. The school finished at sorry,
3:30.
3:30 and my dad picked me up and we go back home by car. Then we had lunch together.
All right. There you go. Good job. Thank you. So they are explaining a kind of a daily routine. She goes to work and everything. There you are. Let us see. Let's try to read the other one. Maybe here. Edwin, maybe you can help me with the following paragraph.
Yes. After lunch, I play with my brother for a while, and then I do my homework and study. Twice a week, I have basketball practice and love playing sports. Before dinner, I something talk to friends or watch a TV show. I seldom play computer games. I simply would find computer games boring. We have dinner at 7:30 and I often set the table after dinner. After dinner, I read a book or surf the internet for a while.
For a while, exactly. For a while is por un momento, okay? Por un tiempo corto, for a while. All right, there you go. Let's just read the last part. Okay, let's see. Lydia, help me please with the last part.
At 9:30, I go to bathroom to take a shower, brush my teeth, and put on my
Pajamas.
pajamas. Before I go to sleep, I sleep to music because it.
Okay, listen to music, great. So that is like a story, a daily routine, let's say. Let's try to answer the questions here, complete the questions. Let's go with the first one. Arabella, what about number 1? Okay, does Emma's class start? Class starts at 8:30. So the question is who, what time, what, or how often?
What time?
What time? Exactly, you're asking about a specific time. What time does Emma's class start? Class starts at 8:30. Good job. Okay, let's see. Jose, what about the second one? Does Emma eat on her breaks? She eats a sandwich and an orange juice.
What?
What? Good job. What does Emma eat on her breaks? She eats a sandwich and an orange juice. There you are. Good job. Let's see. The next one. Daniel, help me please with the following. Does Emma play with after lunch? She plays
Who?
with her brother.
Is who?
Who? Okay. Good job. Who does Emma play with after lunch? She plays with her brother. Exactly. And the last one for Andrea, please.
How often does she have basketball practice?
Okay, she has basketball practice twice a week. Do you practice any sports, Andrea?
What?
Do you practice sports like basketball, Soccer.
No, I
Which one?
don't practice basketball.
Okay, but what about soccer?
No,
No. Okay,
only work.
only work.
Yes.
Okay, I know that is what we have to do. Work every day. That is the rule. We need to work every day to survive. You submit your okay, you get the 100% score, and then we can continue. Okay,
Excuse me, I have a question.
go ahead.
La voy a decir en español porque no creo poder pronunciarla en inglés por completo.
Okay.
Yo hice este ejercicio por la tarde y de las preguntas anteriores a esta, de las 5 preguntas solo tuve una mala, pero la calificación solo me apareció del 50%. ¿Eso se debe a que la pregunta era más importante en la que me equivoqué o a qué se puede deber eso? Porque considero que si solo tuve una mala de 5 era justo por lo menos un 70%, un 80%.
Yeah, most likely. Ujú. Solamente lo intentó una vez, ¿verdad?
Sí, solamente una vez.
Sí, qué raro, porque por lo general todos valen igual. Cada uno de los ítems tiene la misma
Sí.
puntuación. Quizá cuando ese tipo de cosas sucedan pueden tomar la captura. Y Gabriela Castillo, que es la coordinadora, me dijo que pueden contactarse directamente con ella para enviarle ese tipo de información. Pueden tomar la captura y por así decirlo, el nombre del ejercicio, ¿verdad? Por ejemplo, acá, digamos, a usted le pasó ¿qué? Con este, por ejemplo. 1.4.2 WH questions. ¿Ok? Pueden enviar la captura. Ujú.
Bueno, gracias.
Sería lo más recomendable para que luego no haya más problemas, para que puedan solucionar eso. Lo más probable es que haya sido un error. Porque sí, cuando se equivoca nada más en una, claro, que 80, 70%, dependiendo. Okay, so this is the practice. Okay, the next one you have here just is a different topic, right? Talks about your neighborhood. You have different places. It says vocabulary, places in the town. Those topics, you need to work on them yourself, okay? We're just here for the grammar topics, the most important topics, like WH questions, adverbs of frequency, how often, present simple, but these topics, you need to work on them yourself. Son el tipo de temas en los que pueden avanzar ustedes mismos, ¿verdad? Solamente tienen que familiarizarse con el vocabulario, desarrollar unos cuantos ejercicios y practicar, nada más. Tratar de resolverlos. Okay? The test contains 2 questions. Write the name of every place. Okay? Tienen aquí los números. Number 1 is a bank, a school, supermarket. You practice with the names. Okay, that's it. Okay, do you have any questions? Any doubts regarding the topic or the platform, anything? Questions? No questions?
No.
No, okay. So good. All right, so this would be today's class, okay? It's just about WH questions. Okay, remember this is the topic. Simple present WH questions. You have the information here. You can go over this, and I invite you to continue working on the platform, okay? Continúen siempre trabajando en la plataforma. Como les decía anteriormente, eso es lo que va a contar a la hora del diploma. Sea completado en su totalidad. Para los que me habían preguntado sobre si se puede reiniciar las actividades, en teoría sí debería poderse. Si por alguna razón no han podido resetear el ejercicio, debe ser por algún problema, pero se tiene que solucionar. Así que traten de trabajar en toda la unidad 1, pues básicamente mañana sería la última clase de esta unidad de la 1. El jueves continuaríamos ya con la unidad 2, reforzando siempre los temas más importantes. Por eso son clases de refuerzo. Así que traten de completar la unidad 1 con su tiempo, a su ritmo. Y pues mañana sería una clase de práctica. Vamos a poner en práctica adverse of frequency. How often? Okay. We're going to practice 2 WH questions. Okay. Vamos a formar grupos, intercambiar, hacer preguntas y tener conversación. Ese es el objetivo. So this would be today's class. Okay. So thank you for joining and have a good night, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye bye.
See you
Night.
tomorrow.
Good night.
Okay. See you later.